What's going on, everybody? This is the Game Hunter channel with another episode of Clash Royale, and in this episode I'm gonna share with you fellas one really successful deck that I've been using between Arena 6 and 7. I'm not really sure how to call this, probably Ice Bomb something like that, because one more time I'm gonna use my favorite card, the Ice Wizard, and we're gonna add also the Bomber. Why the Bomber? Because of the splash damage of the Bomber, and because in the last patch of Clash Royale, the Bomber suffered a buff of plus 10% damage. That is huge, especially if you facing a group, for example, Barbarians. The Bomber is so useful. Yeah, we have the issue that the Bomber only attack a ground unit, but we're gonna use arrows, Ice Wizard, Britney Spears, to control the air. The good thing and the most important part of this deck is that the average elixir cost is only 2.9. 2.9. So the rotation is quite fast. The most expensive card in this deck are the Barbarians. Most of the cards that are using are quite simple. The Ice Wizard is the only legendary, but besides that, most of the cards are common. The only rare one that I have is the Hawk Rider, but like I said, 2.9 is amazing, guys. 2.9 elixir is gonna allow you to access a lot of the goblins, Britney Spears, skeleton, bombers, super fast in the game. One of the strategies that I was using a couple of patches ago, it was using the Hawk Rider in a, I think it was called Hawk Rider Cycle or something like that, when you are using the cannon and cards that are super cheap. That's gonna allow you to have the Hawk Rider available super fast in the game. But well, fellas, I introduced you the Ice Bomb deck. Let's see this deck on action. Let's go to the arena. To the arena we go for battle number 1. We're gonna start with arrows, skeletons, Britney Spears, and goblins. Every single card are so cheap. I can probably put the whole army on the battlefield right now. My opponent, Musketeers, Minion Horde, Britney Spears, and Wizard. It's gonna be a tough one. Crowd Control Wizard. It's one of the, I don't know, I think I mentioned that in a previous episode, it's becoming one of my top 5 cards in Clash Royale. Okay, here comes Britney Spears Musketeer. That combat is always a pain. We're gonna try to counter with Britney Spears and the Bomber in the left side. We're gonna try to attack and push with Barbarians, Skeleton, Bomber. We're gonna use the Goblins to distract the Barbarians. You see, I put the Goblins in the middle, so the Barbarians are completely distracted, and I was able to stop them with just Goblins and also Britney Spears. Hawk Rider and Wizard, really difficult combo coming from the left side. We're gonna see if we can stop it with the Ice Wizard and a couple of skeletons. The Wizard is still alive, but it should be okay. I think the Ice Wizard can take care of business. Exactly. And now we're gonna counter with a Hawk Rider, Ice Wizard. Hopefully we can put some Goblins too, because they can always add extra value. Probably Ice Wizard and Sap will be perfect to control anti-air. That is something that I'm still trying to figure it out, if I should use Sap or arrows. I'm using arrows because the difference between arrows and Sap is only 1 elixir, so it's not that much. But yeah, I will give you the option to probably even lower the average cost of this deck by using Sap, so we can go to 2.8 instead of 2.9. Now things are gonna get a little bit difficult. This is one of the problems that you're gonna face with this deck. P.E.K.K.A is coming, but the P.E.K.K.A is so slow that I have plenty of time to start deploying my units from the right side. Let's see how we're gonna stop this attack. It looks super difficult. Ice Wizard, and here comes the Skeleton. So useful, you see, cheap unit that can distract big tanks. See, that poor P.E.K.K.A is so entertained attacking the skeleton that is wasting so much time. Now we are in trouble, a little bit of trouble, just a little bit of trouble. It's always good to have that extra spiciness in a battle. We're gonna start pushing from the right side with Barbarians, Britney Spears. As long as we destroy the P.E.K.K.A, we should be in good shape. Now we should be able to bring down the first tower in the top right corner. We're gonna start pushing for the one in the top left corner. The good thing that I'm already did enough damage. Oh, that was a bad move, my friend. Deploying the P.E.K.K.A from the other corner of the map with only 20 seconds left. That's probably not gonna work. Here comes the Bomber. The Bomber did so much damage to those Barbarians. It was ridiculous. The only thing I'm trying to do, I'm trying to clean that path so I can deploy my Hawk Rider and finish this battle, but I have to be careful. Hawk Rider is gonna start pushing. Ice Wizard should be able to finish this base. Yes, no, 49 is still alive. Still alive. We need to make sure that the minions get out of the way. Perfect. Minions are down, and then the Hog Rider is gonna finish the job. Really entertaining first battle. We use the skeleton and the goblins a lot to distract the P.E.K.K.A. and we were successful in this battle number 1. Let's go for battle number 2. Battle number 2. Here we go. Ice Wizard, Goblins, Bomber, and Arrows. My opponent, Giant Wizard, Barbarians, and Rage. Oh, oh boy, this is not gonna end well. Let's see what we can do. Here comes the Giant. Perfect, understandable. We can put the Ice Wizard to... Well, the Ice Wizard is so useful against the Giant, because the Giant itself is so slow. So if you deploy and use a card like the Ice Wizard, which is gonna slow down even more the Giant, well, we should be fine. We're gonna start attacking from the right side, pushing with a group of Barbarians, Hog Riders, and also Britney Spears. Let's see if we can do a little bit of damage. Our tower in the bottom left corner is receiving some damage, but those goblins and skeleton, it was so critical the way I deployed those units on the battlefield, so in order to stop that attack. So what I did, I wait for the wizard to start engaging my tower, my arena tower, before deploying the goblins behind the wizard. That way we can start take care of the wizard, and we're not gonna get destroyed by the powerful unit, because you guys know the wizard can destroy my goblins and skeleton in only one fireball. So you have to be ultra careful in how you're gonna deploy those units, otherwise they're gonna go down in 2 seconds. All right, let's start building the combo. We're going with the Ice Wizard. Oof, Giant is coming one more time. Probably Barbarians in front will be interesting. There you go. What we're gonna do, we're gonna start pushing from the other side. There is no point for me if I start engaging with my Barbarians from the left side. I don't think I'm gonna be able to win that battle, because they're gonna get so entertained attacking the Giant, and my opponent, I know it has the Wizard. So Giant and Wizard, if you're trying to counter that with Barbarians, most of the time it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work that well. In the meantime, we were able to destroy the tower in the top right corner with the Bomber, Barbarian, and also Britney Spears, and we should be able to stop the attack of the Giant in the bottom left corner. Hog Rider, Skeletons, Ice Wizard. Ooh, okay. Barbarian Hut. That's okay. We can definitely destroy that. That was kind of like a... Well, it wasn't a waste of Elixir, because he was trying to distract my Hog Rider. But it's still, it was a really expensive option. Again, that's fine. Look at the Bomber. Look at the Bomber, all the damage he did to those Barbarians. That is ridiculous. Now, all those Barbarians are pretty much dead. We're going to use the Skeleton to distract them. Make sure that they get a little bit closer to my base, so I can take care of the rest. Hog Rider and Britney Spears. We should be able to bring down that tower now. I think so. I hope so. I guess so. No? Are we? No, we got countered. No problema. Like I mentioned before, this deck is so useful because you can rotate the cycle of cards. It's so cheap. With only 2.9 Elixir, you can have access to pretty much all your cards during the Elixir rush of the last 2 minutes. Hog Rider is gonna finish the job. Awesome, awesome, awesome. And this is how, and this is when this deck excels, okay? In the last minute of the game. That's why I don't need to use Elixir Collector, which is weird. That is one of my favorite cards in most of my decks. But I don't use that one in this deck because it's so cheap. And once that we get to the 2 times Elixir in the last minute of the match, we can start pushing big time with all the cards that we have. We got some interesting combos with the Hog Rider Barbarians, Britney Spears, Ice Wizard, so we need to take advantage of that. And also pay attention to the Bomber. The Bomber is deadly. Let's go for the last battle of this episode. Alright, let's finish this episode. Ice Wizard, Barbarian, Arrows, Goblins. Britney Spears hot. Okay, Arrows, Fireball, Musketeer. It's a tough one. Musketeer, Ice Wizard is an interesting match most of the time. I think the Musketeer win this battle against a direct battle against the Ice Wizard. But now here comes the combo. Okay, the Fireball was perfectly placed. Okay, I give you that, my friend. I'll give you that, because that combo between Barbarians, Britney Spears, Ice Wizard, and Bomber, well, could be deadly. Let's use those little skeletons. Such a cheap unit to destroy the Hog Rider, and now we're gonna push back with the Hog Rider and all the little fellas. You see the Hog Rider's making his way to the tower, and in the meantime I got the goblins and the skeleton destroying all the units on this pad. That is exactly what I was looking for. We did some decent damage just with this attack with Hog Rider, skeleton, and goblins. Here comes the giant, but I got my bomber. My bomber hopefully is gonna be able to help me to do some damage to either the Britney Spears or the giant. Goblins one more time were deployed at the right time. I don't know if you guys pay attention to that little detail. I was waiting for the musketeer to start engaging my arena tower before deploying the goblin. Exactly, because that way the goblins can take care of the musketeer and they're not in danger. Okay, let's see. Ice Wizard Bomber, interesting combo, fellas. This combo is difficult to stop too. Ice Wizard, look at it. Ice Wizard is gonna slow down the tower, and the bomber is gonna do damage. That's the way it's gonna work. I still have the Hog Rider coming this way. That's fine. I have so many chip units that I can counter a Hog Rider that it shouldn't be worried. I got the skeletons, I got the goblins, so in case my opponent is using freeze, I can always keep one of those cards waiting until I can get a better look of which deck my opponent is using. In case my opponent is using the freeze, like I say, I can save either the skeleton or the goblin after the freeze to take care of business. And now we're gonna start pushing. There's no way you can stop us, my friend. We push it with bomber. In the left side, we got a bunch of barbarians with Britney Spears, a skeleton. Hog Rider is gonna join the party, and here is when one more time the deck is so difficult to stop. Hog Rider is coming, no problem. I got access to goblins and skeletons in 2 seconds, and we were able to finish this battle without any issues. 2.9 Elixir. That, of course, we can probably bring it down to 2.8 if we replace arrows with zap. But it's still a really effective deck that I strongly recommend to give it a try. It's not expensive. If you have the Ice Wizard, this is a really fast deck that's going to allow you to move really fast between Arena 6 and 7. Fellas, this is the Game Hunter. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode, Clash Royale. I will see you in the next one. Take care, everybody.